We bring you a chilling short story titled Speed Dating. I attended a speed dating event with my friend Mindy. I think I found someone. She gushed to me during one of the breaks. I felt a twinge of jealousy. So far, the best contender I'd found was a neckbeard who smelled strongly of pickles. Who was also a liar. What about you? Some dumb guy who claims he makes 6 digits as a life coach, I said. I can't stand liars. But anyway, which one is yours? She lifted a red lacquered nail and pointed. A lanky man leaned against the bar. Long dark hair slicked back. A black button up top. A garish, metal ring on his middle finger. Him? I asked. She nodded enthusiastically. He did not look like Mindy's usual type. She was the kind of woman who went for the safe bets, the office nerds who called their mom every day, the grad students working on boring papers like an analysis of courtship in 19th century literature. Not some half-goth, half-motorcycle rider? His name's Micah and he's incredible. Do you know what he told me? She lowered her voice. He said I'm the prettiest girl here. I frowned. Another liar. And he works at Goldman Sachs. That guy works at Goldman Sachs? Definitely a liar. She nodded. I scoffed. I didn't know they hired goths. What? He's not goth. He totally is. The ring, the long hair, the black shirt. What? His hair is short, she said. I don't understand. Ding ding ding. Before I could reply, the event coordinator rang the bell, signaling that the second half was about to begin. I made my way back to my little table, on the other side of the room from Mindy, which I was now thankful for, and took a sloppy gulp of wine. Hello? I looked up. Across from me sat Micah. He was even more weirdly dressed up close. The first button of his shirt was undone, showing a gratuitous tuft of chest hair. His hands shone in the lights, as if mildly greasy. Somehow, though, he was still kind of attractive. Like those fries that have been sitting in your fridge for a week, and even though they're all soggy and gross, all you want to do is eat them as fast as you can. I'm Amanda, I said. Micah. So, Micah, what do you do? What don't I do? He said under his breath, with a condescending laugh. Sorry? Nothing. I'm an artist. He's lying to her. I knew it. An awkward silence fell between us. Finally, I started. So, Micah, what do you like to do for fun? He grinned, wider than I'd seen him grin all night. Then he leaned in close, lowered his voice to a whisper, and said, I'll tell you exactly what I do for fun. Okay. I like to go riding at night. Under the light of the full moon, with just the wind at my back and the stars above me. On a motorcycle? You could say that, yes. Weird reply, but okay. I ride into town. See if there's any fun to be had. He made eye contact with me. See if there are any speed dating events, for example. So you do this often? I said, not sure exactly where he was going. Have you ever met anyone you liked? Of course. Lots of beautiful girls at these events. Then why are you still looking? He smiled again. Leaned in even closer, until I could smell the musty, greasy smell of his hair. Because I killed all of them. My heart stopped. Excuse me? You know, you're the first woman I've ever met who likes an honest man. He smiled. It's refreshing, actually. I stared at him, open-mouthed. I don't understand. You're saying you killed... Ding ding ding. He stood up. Nice meeting you, Amanda. Then he was gone, the next guy sliding into his seat. I'm Frank. And you are? I shot up and whipped around. Ran over to the organizer. That guy. Micah, he just told me he killed some women. I need you to know. She raised an eyebrow. What? Oh no. My eyes fell on the seat across the room. The empty seat. Where Mindy had been sitting before. No. I ran out of the bar. Onto the sidewalk. Into the cold. But the street was covered with people, drunk couples, raucous partygoers. "Mindy!" I shouted. No reply. An hour later, I was at the station, reporting it to the police. I tried. I really did. But every woman at the event gave a different description of what Micah looked like. Some described him as a tall, muscular black man with a velvety smooth voice. Others described him as a freckled redhead that had an amazing sense of humor. Still others described him as a bearded lumberjack man. Their descriptions only had one thing in common. He was their type. And the men? They didn't report seeing any Micah at all. Mindy was eventually found. Her body was found in the forest at the edge of town. But not before her blood had been used to paint a crude landscape on the concrete drainage pipe near the lake. I guess Micah, for me, really was an honest man.